Are you interested in working with an interior designer, but you're just not sure where to start? You're not sure how much it costs, and you're not really sure about the process? Well, today I'm going to teach you and give you some insight about what interior design really is and how the process goes. Because interior design is more than just picking furniture or art or pillows or beautiful paint colors for the wall. The foundation of interior design starts with the schematic design process, and I'm going to walk you through the process and tell you how it goes so you can have better insight before deciding to work with an interior designer. Hey everyone, my name is Kenzie Leon Perry, and I'm the visionary designer for Haus Design Studio. Welcome to In the House with Z. So before we get into the schematic design process, we actually have to do a little bit of research. We call that programming, or just information gathering. So usually when I work with a client, I'll ask them, are there any spaces that they're inspired by? I ask them maybe their favorite places to travel to. Is there a photograph or piece of artwork that they love to look at? And sometimes I like to peek inside of their closet and see what they wear. We gather all this information together, usually on some photographical apps like Pinterest or maybe Haus, and we use that as a point of reference before we start the schematic design process. So after we've gathered all of those beautiful inspirational things, I like to create what we call a mood board. And it's important that this mood board is referenced throughout the project so that the project is visualized the way that you want and we stay on task. So we put all of those images together, and I like to focus on images that are mostly abstract or inspired by fashion or nature or maybe design details that we find in other projects. But we want to avoid other interior design projects because we're creating something new for you. In addition to this mood board, I also like to ask the client to choose 3 words, which I like to call DNA words, for differentiators, nuances, and attributes that convey the feeling or the vibe that you want people to feel when they come inside the space, but more importantly, that you want to feel when you're living there. So once we have a very strong design concept, then I go into the studio and start sketching. This is when we create different scenarios or schemes so that I can share with the client. It's great to visualize these ideas on paper, just using pens, something very quick, so that we both can kind of look at and collaborate with before it's set in stone with a final rendering if necessary. It's much easier to work with a quick sketch because if you change your mind or you have another idea or I have another idea, just easily erase it and start over or modify it and make something even more fantastic. So once all those sketches are done, we like to bring that to life, and the way we bring that to life is with materiality. So that's when I started going into the material library and picking finishes for the floor and the pillows and the wallpaper and the paint, and sometimes metal finishes. It all depends on what type of application or space or function that's needed for your environment. This is when we bring it to life and all these things become tangible and we get to visualize where they go in this quick sketch that we created before moving on to the final process. So the schematic design process is not that difficult to understand. It's really the process where we get to play together and visualize the possibilities of your space using the sketches, the materiality, and marrying the two to see how they work together for your needs. We also make sure that during that process we focus on the function, not just the beauty, because we want to make sure that it works for your daily life when you're socializing or just relaxing for the day. So if you're thinking about transforming your space, but you're not sure if you can do it alone, let me help you make it happen. You can follow us by subscribing to this post or liking this post, and go online and schedule a complimentary discovery call at www.ze-haus. Tune in again to get more design tips and inspiration for your everyday life.